Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man Snowball Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Heist Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So I've done two reviews from this series so far. I did the regular brunch junkie, and then I also did the maple bacon one. So those were two out of the four mix pack beers. There's this one, which is the it's either candy bar junkie, and then there's also a coconut one, which I'll be reviewing probably somewhat soon. I've been told that this candy bar one is Reese's, however it's said. So I don't know if those were actually thrown in the beer or if it just means that it's this stout with peanut butter. I'm really not sure, but they made it sound like there was actually Reese's thrown in it, which I hope is kind of not the case, only because Reese's is like really greasy, so I don't know how that would work in a beer. But anyway, so it's a 7.5 oatmeal stout with coffee generally, and then this one it's either with Reese's in it or with peanut butter. I'm really not sure, or chocolate and peanut butter. So let's crack it open and see what we got. So it does pour a pretty light color for a stout. I mean, I know this isn't huge, but it's 7.5. You can even see like at the bottom here where it's kind of like reddish. I would consider this more like a brown porter than an oatmeal stout if I just looked at the color of it. But with a pretty minimal beige head. So I'm getting more of the base beer at this one than I did the maple one. The maple was way over. I guess I shouldn't say over the top, but it was hefty. It was definitely the pronounced aroma and flavor by far. This one I'm kind of getting like the general coffee, like oatmeal stout character with a little bit of like peanut butter nutty character, but it's not. It's a nice balance in the aroma. Really, that was odd. I don't even know what to think of that one. It's very strange because it, like the first split second after you swallow and let it wash over your tongue. It's like, there's the peanut. Like, it hits you like that. And then it fades away very quickly into, like, this really odd, just like a stringent homebrew stout. And I use homebrew in this regard as a derogatory term. Generally, I wouldn't do that because I homebrew. But when you've had a homebrew from someone who really doesn't know what they're doing, they're like, "Hey, I made this for the first time." Like, usually it's just like this really off, astringent character, and that's kind of what's in this. Like, it's not infected, but it just tastes like a really watery, astringent stout, which I've kind of always assumed was the base of this, because even the coffee, even the regular one, it's just so flooded with coffee, but you can tell that there's really nothing else underneath it. It almost, I don't know, it's weird. It has like some sort of like chemical artificial character to it. It's really odd. Uh, I'm gonna give this one a drink, because it's still, maybe just because it's fall now and I like roasty stouts and there's not that many down here. But I'll still drink the rest of this can, so I'm going to give it a drink. But I definitely will not buy this again. I thought the maple one was flavorful. There just wasn't much to it besides the maple flavor. So, again, for me, that one was still just a drink and not a buy because I feel like there's a bunch of places that are doing the same thing. But this one, there actually is like some, in my opinion, some flaws to it. It's not just that it's just a really simple, basic, watery beer with adjuncts thrown in. So I'm assuming the base is the same in all these. So I don't think it's a matter of the quality of the beer itself being different. I guess it's just a matter of how much the adjuncts cover up the base, which I've kind of always had that feeling with these guys is they can bang out some good hobby beers here and there, but they just really struggle. Any other style where it has to have a different water profile and just like more attention to detail, they kind of fall flat and they're just flabby. I don't know. I'm trying to refrain from like saying some really bad stuff about them, but again, like it's not infected, it's not anything like that, so it's not that bad. But for how highly acclaimed they are, this is just another example. This is not anything worth going out of your way for or even buying. This was like $18 a 4-pack. Absolutely not worth it. I don't know. If you have any idea what you're doing at home, you can brew something like that's just as good as this easily. So that's one of the other reasons why I say it's not worth buying. So, but I think that's all I got on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.